What's happening, everyone? It's Peter here. I want to read to you another chapter from Amazing Money Stories. This is chapter 22, and it's titled Seize the Opportunity. It was a nightmarish scenario that would shake any family to its core. In 1971, Theo Albrecht, the wealthy co-founder of the discount grocery chain Aldi, was snatched off the street by ruthless kidnappers. They demanded a king's ransom of over $2 million for a safe return. Albrecht's brother had no choice but to obey the kidnappers' chilling instructions and gather the cash to buy his freedom. Several agonizing days later, the blindfolded billionaire was released, battered but alive. For the Albrecht family, the terrifying ordeal was finally over. Or was it? In a twist, the cutthroat businessman made one more outrageous power move. When tax time rolled around, Theo Albrecht claimed the $2 million ransom as a deductible business expense. This corporate titan tried to write off the fortune that he had paid to his kidnappers on his taxes. His cold-blooded rationale? Since he was the CEO, his personal safety was crucial to Aldi's operations, so the ransom qualified as a business cost. Lawyers and accountants were floored. Tax experts furrowed their brows over whether a shady ransom payment could even be considered a legitimate business deduction. Was this a loophole you could drive a truck through, or was Albrecht exploiting a legal gray area? The audacious ransom deduction ignited a white-hot debate over how far the wealthy can go to shrink their tax bills. Critics crowed foul over the mere idea of profiting from your own kidnapping. Others argued Albrecht was just practicing savvy tax planning as any corporate leader would. In the end, the particulars of how the deduction was resolved remained a gray area, shrouded by privacy laws. However, the cautionary tale speaks volumes about the lengths that big business and their bosses will go to protect their empires and their profits. All right, so I included this one because I shop at Aldi. They've got some great prices, especially on the meat products and their brand of groceries and their particular products. I really like them, and they're popping up all over, and did some renovations in the last few years that really make it a nicer shopping experience. And they take credit cards. The first time I went to Aldi's, I didn't realize that they didn't take a credit card. But I'll be honest, I'm on the other side of this. If I have to pay a ransom, why couldn't I deduct that? That's money I don't have anymore. Why should I pay tax on the money? Let me just say it like this. Let's say I wasn't a billionaire. I think the issue is he has other money, right? But let's say I just made $2 million this year. And someone kidnaps my son and demands $2 million. And I give him the $2 million. Why should I have to report any income that year? Why should I have to pay taxes on $2 million that was forced out of my hands? That was an expense. Whether it was, I don't know, good or bad isn't really the issue. I didn't have a choice but to pay it. So why should now I pay $1 million in taxes on $2 million I don't own? It's not like he said it was a gift or something. And on the other hand, kidnap and rescue services can cost way more than that. So let's say you're paying $2 million for those services in case any of your executives get kidnapped. And that's $2 million. Certainly you'd be able to write that off. It's like security protection, bodyguards, security at the offices, $50,000 for a guy that sits at your front desk having people sign in, whatever it might be. That's a worthwhile, legitimate expense. Let's say you don't have any of that and you spend the same amount of money paying ransoms. Then what does it matter? It's not the same thing. Anyway, listen, I'm not saying that the billionaires don't have enough money, but not being able to write off the $2 million, I actually believe he should have been able to do that, right? Unless you were able to prove fraud, that he faked his kidnapping to put $2 million into some shady deal or pay off a debt or put it in the Cayman Islands or something like that, that would be different. That would be fraud. But assuming that the kidnapping was legit and you paid it out of company money or individual's money, why shouldn't that person be able to report that they no longer have that money, that they shouldn't owe taxes, that they shouldn't owe the burden on that money? Because we are a very tax-heavy economy here. The government likes to tax the money all day time.